Ishikawa Goemon, as I see him, is the last samurai living in the modern age, and is somewhat ephemeral and solitary. Although he works with Lupin and the others as a thief, he has a belief in continuing to protect the traditions of his ancestors and the pride of the samurai, and this balance makes him a very unique and attractive character. Goemon's pride and loneliness. Goemon is strongly aware that he is a descendant of Ishikawa Goemon, and this is what makes him proud, but it is also what makes him lonely. He also treasures the sword Zantetsuken, inherited from his ancestors as if it were his life. And the act of drawing the sword has a deep meaning. Whenever Goemon draws his sword, it is always a moment of resolve and determination. And there is more to it than just combat. Quote, a man torn between loyalty and friendship. Goemon is a solitary character who always follows his own path, while cherishing his friendship with Lupin and Jigen. Although he sometimes opposes Lupin, or leaves the team to go on a training journey, he always returns to Lupin and his friends in the end. This duality of being able to be alone, but also cherishing his friends makes him a complex and deep character. Goemon's famous line, "I cut something worthless again." I think this line represents his way of life and philosophy. He does not obsess over defeating his enemies and does not simply pursue strength, but wields his sword for self-training and self-perfection. As a result, we can see that he is a being who has crossed the line and is pursuing strength of the mind rather than combat. For him, slashing is not proof of strength, but rather a dialogue with oneself. Summary of Goemon's charm. Goemon is attractive because he embodies the good old Japanese morality and human feelings, and Bushido spirit, while also being shaken by modern friendship and love. He has strong beliefs and values his friends, but he also walks his own path. I think he is a character with human charm, even though he is a lone samurai who sticks to his own beliefs. In addition to, "I've cut down something worthless again," Goemon's famous lines also include a few that give a glimpse of his pride and beliefs as a samurai. 1. I will not kill in vain. Even when fighting, Goemon does his best to avoid taking unnecessary lives. This line shows that he sticks to his beliefs, even in battle, and tries to protect his own path as a samurai, rather than just defeating the enemy. You can feel his philosophy that fighting self-training. 2. There is nothing that my Zantetsuken cannot cut. This line shows that Goemon has absolute confidence in his skills and sword. Of course, there are times in the story when this statement is violated. But even then, he sees it as an opportunity to acknowledge his weaknesses and become even stronger. For Goemon, the Zantetsuken is not just a weapon, but a reflection of himself. 3. I am not one of Lupin's friends. Even though Goemon often says I am not one of them, he often ends up working with Lupin and the others. I feel that this line contains Goemon's independent spirit and loneliness, as well as his hidden love for his friends. This line gives us a glimpse of his feelings, torn between wanting to live according to his own beliefs and loyalty to his friends. 4. Overcoming your own weaknesses is strength. This line symbolizes Goemon's pursuit of not only fighting, but also mental strength. For him, strength is not about defeating others, but about overcoming oneself. These words truly embody the teachings of Bushido. 5. Nothing is training. For Goemon, all daily events are part of training. These words show his attitude of seeking growth in any situation, and never neglecting training. By considering even battles and troubles as training, he continues to improve himself. 6. There is no betrayal in a way of life. This line often appears in scenes where Goemon shows his loyalty to his comrades. Although he usually says, "I'm not a comrade," in the end, he never betrays Lupin or Jigen. This line shows his unwavering confidence in his way of life and beliefs. 7. It's worth risking my life for. Goemon doesn't usually use his life lightly, but he is prepared to risk it to protect his friends and beliefs. These words speak of his deep loyalty and love for his friends. 8. I will go my own way. That is the pride of a samurai. This line shows his determination to follow the samurai code and walk his own path. Even when he works with Lupin and the others, he always protects his own path. Even if that path is lonely at times, he accepts it as a source of pride. Goemon's lines are filled with his pride as a samurai, his own beliefs, and his unwavering loyalty, and every word carries weight. The mystery and legend of the Zantetsuken. The Zantetsuken is depicted as a legendary sword that, as its name suggests, can cut even iron. Its sharpness is astounding, cutting through anything no matter how strong it is. And it is Goemon's strongest weapon when confronting his enemies. The sword's origins and manufacturing methods are shrouded in mystery, which adds to its charm. Owning a Zantetsuken is often connected to the sense of mission that has been passed down in his family. And it is also an important item that emphasizes that Goemon is a descendant of Ishikawa Goemon. The trials and evolution of the Zantetsuken. The Zantetsuken is not always the strongest, and in some works, he may face something that he cannot cut. Each time, Goemon has undergone the trial of reforging himself and the sword, evolving himself and the sword into a stronger one. Goemon accepts that, if he encounters something he cannot cut, that is also part of his training, and he does not neglect to make efforts to further hone the Zantetsuken. The existence of this growing Zantetsuken shows that he is a samurai who continues to train himself. Zantetsuken and Goemon's pride. For Goemon, the Zantetsuken is not just a weapon, but his pride. Whenever he draws the Zantetsuken, he is prepared, and he is careful not to use it more than necessary. Goemon is proud of his swordsmanship, and while he seeks strength through the Zantetsuken, he does not use it to show off, but only draws it when there is a real need, which shows his samurai aesthetic. Zantetsuken and Goemon's lines. The line "I've cut something worthless again" also contains irony about the strength of the Zantetsuken. Because it is too strong, it cuts things too easily. For Goemon, it is important that there is something that is truly worth cutting. And it is in situations where he can find that value that the Zantetsuken's true power is revealed. The Zantetsuken symbolizes Goemon's beliefs, pride, and his growth. And I think that Goemon has a unique charm that other characters don't have. Because he holds a sword in his hand. Goemon's path with the Zantetsuken is his Bushido itself. Quote, "The destructive power of the Zantetsuken is so great that it makes you think, can it even cut this? And it has strength beyond common sense." The scene where it cuts a bridge and a large ferry in half is particularly impressive. And even as a viewer, I am amazed by Goemon's skill and the sharpness of the Zantetsuken. The scene where the Zantetsuken cuts a bridge or a ferry is not just an appeal of strength, but also makes you feel the surprise of, "I can't believe it." And the depth of, Goemon himself is ready to cut even with this sharpness. The fact that he only draws the Zantetsuken when he is truly ready is also a sign of Goemon's commitment and sense of honor as a samurai. Also, Goemon himself wants to avoid unnecessary destruction in these situations. So his stoic side is also shown, when he tries not to draw his Zantetsuken more than necessary. While his friends are having a lively time, he is grilling sauri on a charcoal grill all by himself, without a care in the world. Goemon is charming because he doesn't join groups, even in social situations, and stays natural and keeps his own pace. His feeling of quietly living in his own world may give his friends a sense of security. To sum up Goemon's charm, I think we can say that he is a solitary samurai. But deep in his heart he has warmth and faith in his friends. His charm can be summarized in the following points. 1. A solitary, lone wolf way of life. Even with his friends, Goemon maintains an ungrouped attitude, and always walks his own path. His unique style of behavior, such as the episode where he grills Pacific Sauri by himself, gives the viewer a sense of humor and a single-minded way of life. His independence and lack of involvement with the group makes his noble samurai character stand out even more. 2. Bushido and pride. For Goemon, pride as a samurai is more important than anything else. By avoiding unnecessary battles and killing and drawing his Zantetsuken only when necessary, he protects his beliefs, teaching us the importance of maintaining an unwavering self, even in modern society. His way of life is also a symbol of growing by continuing to train yourself. 3. A caring side to his friends. Even though he says he is not a friend, he often silently comes to the rescue of Lupin and his friends when they are in trouble. Even though he appears cold on the surface, it is clear that deep down he has trust and respect for his friends. The fact that we can see a glimpse of the clumsy kindness of a samurai is one of Goemon's human qualities and charms. 4. Stoicism and self-discipline. Goemon is always keen to improve his skills, and he has also forged his Zantetsuken sword. Even when he faces a trial, he sees it as part of his training and overcomes it, which shows his strong, stoic spirit. This attitude,